Welcome back to the most delicious show on earth.
I like that. That was a good one.
Yeah. Today I want to take it super simple, super fun, delicious. Everybody loves a baked potato bar, you know? Yeah, I've been to several weddings over the season, and baked potato bars are in. This is a very fun play on a sheet tray dish I used to do in the restaurants. This is going to
share with the neighbor mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Go ahead. As soon as we hit the record button, that's when somebody's going to start mowing. So don't mind Jerry. All right, he means well. But this is a very fun approach to the classic baked potato and a new twist. Let's get into the action. Keeping it super simple here today, team. Stabilize your grill at 325 degrees. Let's put those russet potatoes in that carbon steel half-moon pan and cover it so they can steam a little bit. Halfway through 30 minutes, let's go ahead and flip them, cover them again. Now for the bacon. We've got the cast iron griddle here. Love this accessory. Let's just get it crispy. Look at those gorgeous bubbles. That's what we want to see. This is our textural contrast. Big, bold, salty flavors. Amazing things are happening. Everything in front of me brings me joy. All right, just super simple stuff. And these potatoes cooked up beautifully. Watch, just a little floop. That's what we want. Yeah, nice and fluffy. But I want to get some butter because butter's a gift. And I want to put it on the bottom of this pan while it's still warm. I choose unsalted butter. Because I want my flavor destiny to be in my own hands.
Your flavor destiny.
My flavor destiny, that's right. If I'm using salted butter, I use salted butter for baking, but not for culinary use. All right, so just kind of even right here. 4 is perfect for this cool pan. And then I'm gonna use my spatula and use this smashing method, okay? So I'm just gonna push down on that. And
whoa.
I want to expose that nice.
How hot is that, dude?
I mean, I have chef hands, so you could also, use this if you like, whatever you need to do. You could use a hammer if you want to, and just not a hammer, but a meat mallet, and just kind of push in there. But I like to use my hands just like this, and I want to cover that entire bottom, all right? And I want to also create some nooks and crannies and avenue for some of this flavor to kind of get down in there. So now that I've got, look how perfectly cooked that was. That was just 1 hour. I want to smash it so that everything's touching the bottom because I want that crispy bottom too. So now you're starting to see that the potatoes are just a palette, a blank canvas, if you will. And using my hands, kind of getting it down off the sides and making sure that that bottom is completely covered. Now we're going to season this because it wants salt. It just wants salt. You can see it. All that starch is going to drink it up. Yes. A little black pepper. Let's go in with some shredded cheese. And when I say some shredded cheese, I mean shredded cheese. Like, let's make a freaking loaded baked potato. That's what we're doing here. Good, good, good. And I think, there's a couple other ingredients here, but I want those to be kind of raw and fresh. So let's go ahead and return this back to that 325-degree grill, which we could pump up the temperature if we wanted to. I could drop this down to a lower rate. Maybe since I've got the cast iron here, it's going to radiate heat really nicely and give us that crispy bottom. Let's do that. I'm not going to cover it. I want that natural lump charcoal flavor to really have access to that cheese and that moisture content and taste of the grill. We're going to close this dome and look back at 15 minutes. I want bubbly, cool, melted cheese. While that's happening, let's work on the garnish. So you could go crazy with this if you want to. I want to keep it kind of traditional. I've got some fresh herbs with some chives, some rosemary. I chose a serrano pepper today instead of a jalapeno. And then I've got some nice red onion for some pop. So we're just gonna peel this. You could do slices. I'm gonna do little dices today, I think. So I chose a 10-inch classic chef knife today. I love that rocker. This is one of my favorite kind of like the ultimate prep tool, if you will. And I like a 10-inch blade because I like those long strokes. Check this serrano out. I'm going to use that rocker right there and just kind of roll right through. I'm using this finger right here to kind of choose how thick I want those slices. So the knife is really staying here doing the same exact thing, and it's that back finger that is determining how far we move back. Beautiful. And this is going to be a nice topping for a smashed baked potato. Let's do the same thing with the chives. I want these really thin, and these knife cuts can make all the difference in the visual appeal. I don't mind for having rustic red onions, but I do want to have nice little thin chives, just like that. Nice sharp blade. cutting at a fast rate. It's a beautiful thing. Rosemary, we're just going to use our fingers and slide right down. It's going to give us a really nice fresh peel. Let's grab that bacon, and I want to chop it into kind of large pieces. Don't go too small with this. You'll want to see that money. Stunning. All right, I can start to smell the butter roasting that potato, and that butter's getting brown on the bottom. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Yes. And notice how it's raised up on the sides a little bit. That tells me we're getting a good crust on the bottom. Garnish time. If you don't like raw onions, they offend your soul. Guess what? Don't do it. But I love them. So I like the color, I like the crunch, I like the pop.
On a baked potato, you gotta have it.
You gotta have it. Now we'll go in with a little serrano. Guess what? You don't like it? Don't put it on there. You can put caviar on there. That's fine. You do you. But yeah. Oh my gosh, I almost lost one. Bacon. Yes, please. I'm telling you, it's loaded. Go with a little more. Wow.
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 You're Owen Wilson.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
All right, and we want to close this down for just a couple more minutes because I want that rosemary, the essential oils to come out. How fun is that?
Dang.
Spread her out. This is so simple, but like it's crazy. It's crazy. It's like I've said it on the channel before, a mosaic of deliciousness. It's all happening right now. I'm gonna close this down. We did raise that temperature up to about 400 degrees, just naturally having the control tower open in the bottom vent there. So we're cruising at 400 on that cast iron. These little pans, carbon steel pans, are super cool, help make that non-stick. But again, that butter we add on the bottom is helping fry that potato and skin on the bottom, so we're gonna get a nice crunch. Heating everything up right now. I just like, I want to wax poetically about this. Let's give it a couple minutes and we'll pull it and finish the garnish. Yeah. Look at that. Ruby Tuesdays, eat your heart out. Everything about that. I said it once, I'll say it again. Mosaic of deliciousness. This is a potato flex. Like, you can imagine bringing this over to someone's house, and as it's cooling down, that crust is still forming. So don't be afraid to serve this room temp. It doesn't have to be hot and you know, burn the top of your mouth kind of deal. We're gonna let this cool down for just a minute, and then I've chosen a fish spatula today that will kind of take a segment out and be able to hit the bottom of that pan and scrape it, because again, the bottom crust where that where the butter kind of browned is just jam-packed full of flavor. Again, if you're new to the channel, I love to say this: butter is a gift, and these potatoes are just accepting it. Unbelievable. You could use a little creme fraiche. I'm going with sour cream here. You could do a quenelle or a dollop. I love these little squeezy bags. They're fun. That is everything. Super simple, super delicious. It's got a confetti of flavors going on too. You look at this and you just want to take the bite.
Confetti of flavor.
Food. Carbon steel pan. So easy to do fun things like this. Crisp that bottom up, non-stick. Salt's right on. Textural contrast, big bold, beautiful flavors. I love a potato. Put this in a candle, bring it to me on my birthday, done. All right. Folks, if you enjoyed this as much as we enjoyed making it for you, do all the things. Subscribe, like, do leave a comment, share it if you can. And make it at home. I beg of you. Like whoever said don't play with your food is missing the boat. From our backyard to yours, cheers and happy grilling.